WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. The National Weather Service in Lincoln Monday afternoon reported multiple cold air funnel clouds forming near Pana as part of showers and thunderstorms moving through the regional radio listening area. NWS relayed broadcast media reports of the cold air funnels at 5:40 on Monday afternoon. They added atmospheric conditions favored the formulation of the cold air funnels into Monday evening, adding some may persist before dissipating. NWS pointed out that cold air funnel clouds don't show signs of a rapid rotation as they're low-hanging clouds. An actual funnel cloud, says the Weather Service, exhibits spinning in a counterclockwise rotation. In rare instances, a cold air funnel cloud may touch down. The Weather Service says to always stay vigilant anytime there's any kind of funnel cloud spotted in your area. The Taylorville Community Unit School District Number 3 Board of Education is set to hold its regular meeting on Tuesday, May 13th. The evening will start with a reception at 5:30 p.m. to recognize retiring staff members for their service to the district. The official meeting will follow at 6 p.m. with several presentations and decisions on the agenda. Among those being recognized are FFA students who have recently received awards, as well as the Taylorville Junior High School Jazz Band, which earned Best in Day honors at a recent IESA competition. Reports will also be given on the amended district budget, updates to the Taylorville High School handbook, and progress from the building committee. These updates come as the board continues its planning for the upcoming academic year. Board members will vote on the final school calendar for 24-25 and begin early budget preparations for fiscal year 2026. A proposed $15 million bond issue for facility upgrades is also on the table. Other action items include revisions to job descriptions, student matters, and policy updates. The meeting will conclude with an executive session to discuss personnel and other confidential matters. As of 2022, 1 out of 8 children in Christian County is struggling with food insecurity. This number only gets worse when school is out of session. The Taylorville Food Pantry expects and welcomes the surge in numbers that comes around every summer. Amy Hagan, co-coordinator of the Taylorville Food Pantry, is always working to prepare for the increase. Hagan says food insecurity is an issue year-round that really ramps up when schools close.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, food insecurity exists in our community all the time, 24/7, 365, but particularly during the summer months, our kiddos are going from having one or more nutritious meals or snacks a day to no longer having that safety net provided to them by the school system. So what that means is kids home with their families needing to feed their kids, and those families needing help of places like the Taylorville Food Pantry to fill in that gap.
The Taylorville Food Pantry needs support from the community to keep shelves stocked during the busy season. Hagan talks the Stamp Out Hunger food drive that's just around the corner.
This next couple of weeks are going to be busy ones at the Taylorville Food Pantry. We have our annual Stamp Out Hunger partnership with the U.S. Postal Service, letter carriers, as well as our dear good friend, Termite Durbin, and our friends at the Thunderbird Lounge in Hewitttville. They really kind of take a lead and orchestrate what has handily become our largest food drive that we run in the entire course of the year. So basically, for those listening today, if your letter carrier doesn't pick up whatever it is that you want to give to the local food pantry, drop it on by to the Thunderbird Lounge, and those folks will definitely get it to us over the next week or two.
Other opportunities to give include the Kiwanis drive-through donation days.
The following week then launches the annual Kiwanis drive-through food drive here at Miller Media Group, family of radio stations here in Taylorville. And they set up a tent in the front parking lot of the radio station, and people can drive in, make monetary donations, or leave a non-perishable food item donation. And then as soon as those items are collected, they make their way over to the food pantry about noon on Saturdays in the months of May, July, and September.
And why are all these important? Well, Hagen shares an alarming statistic concerning children in our community.
Feeding America, the last stats they have available are actually, unfortunately, from 2022, but they do a survey called Mind the Meal Gap, and it's broken down by county. And for Christian County, that number is 12%, so just actually a skosh over 12%. But what that amounts to is 1 in 8 children in our county are food insecure. So, that's a statistic that it's really unfortunate to think about. When you think about the fact that Christian County sits geographically among the most fertile agricultural ground in the entire country, and I would argue in the entire world, and the fact that we still have people that are dealing with hunger and food insecurity in our community, it's saddening.
For those questioning if they are eligible for the Taylorville Food Pantry's help, Hagen breaks down the number behind those that qualify for it.
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's actually one that we get asked fairly commonly. And the answer to it is right now, and for the last couple of fiscal years, we run according to the state of Illinois fiscal calendar. So according to the Illinois Department of Human Services, we are currently running at 300% of the federal poverty level. And basically what that means is on a monthly basis, if you have one person in your household and your monthly income is $3,913 or less, you are eligible to come to the Taylorville Food Pantry. For a family of 4, which is fairly common in our community, that number is $8,038. I guess I should also back up and tell you a family of 2 is also common, and that's $5,288. So those figures, based on the size of your household, as long as your household income does not exceed 300% of the federal poverty level, you are indeed eligible to come to the food pantry.
Find out more about the Taylorville Food Pantry at taylorvillefoodpantry.com. Amy Hagen appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, brought to you by First National Bank in Taylorville.
Have you ever considered changing banks? Hi, I'm Mackenzie, Universal Banker at First National Bank in Taylorville. I talk to people all the time who say they've thought about switching banks, but they're not sure how to start. My answer, it's never been easier. At FNBT, our friendly staff will confidently answer your questions, making your decision to switch easier than ever. FNBT has been a part of this community for nearly 70 years, and we're not going anywhere. First, every time, that's more than a slogan, it's how we take care of people. Come see me, and I'll help make your switch simple. First National Bank in Taylorville, member FDIC.
The Taylorville Chamber of Commerce hosted a successful business after-hours gathering on April 23rd, bringing new members together at the new event venue, Unlimited Possibilities at Susie's Resale UBNA. Co-hosted by Susie's Resale UBNA, Tiger Loans, and the Wolf Ranch Girl Handcrafted Goods, the event offered the chance for local entrepreneurs to network, collaborate, and support one another. Special guests included 2 students from the Christian County CEO program, who shared their businesses and their ideas and connected with established professionals. Attendees also enjoyed giveaways and learned more about local products and services. The event underscored the Chamber's mission to foster strong community ties and support both established and emerging businesses. After nearly 5 decades of public service, Richland Township Supervisor John Belden is preparing to step down from his post. Belden has served as supervisor in Shelby County for an impressive 47 years. It's a tenure marked by remarkable dedication, missing only 2 meetings during his entire time in office. Those absences were due to the birth of a child and a hospitalization. On April 3rd, the Richland Township Board formally recognized Belden's service during a special presentation attended by many members of his family. A commemorative plaque was presented to him, honoring his leadership, devotion, and longstanding commitment to the township. Belden's final meeting was scheduled for Thursday, May 1st. He will be succeeded by Brian Rinker, who was elected to the position. Regional Radio News salutes you, John Belden, for your years of dedicated service to the Richland Township community. As temperatures rise and more people spend time outdoors, health experts say it's important to understand how much sun exposure is needed to get a healthy dose of vitamin D without overdoing it. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, plays a key role in helping the body absorb calcium, which is essential for strong bones and teeth. According to Maddie Draper, a certified nurse practitioner with OSF On Call, not getting enough vitamin D can lead to brittle bones, muscle aches, and a greater risk of injury after a fall. In some cases, deficiency may not present any symptoms, but it can still be detected with a blood test.
They may just talk about vitamin D foods first before even starting a supplement. So like high fatty fishes, egg yolks, some cheeses, mushrooms.
Some groups are more prone to vitamin D deficiency, including pregnant women, infants who are breastfed, or older adults, and individuals with darker skin tones. While vitamin D is important, Draper says getting too much is rare, but it is possible. Symptoms of vitamin D toxicity include nausea, vomiting, heart palpitations, and even kidney damage in extreme cases. Fortunately, Draper says most people can get enough vitamin D by spending just 10 to 15 minutes in the sun 3 times a day.
You want to kind of protect your skin as well. So sunscreen, protective clothing, hats, sunglasses, because you want to protect your eyes as well. There's not really any research showing that sunscreen or clothes will prevent you from getting the vitamin D that you need.
Experts recommend sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher be reapplied every 2 hours. They also advise watching for signs of sunburn, staying hydrated, and checking skin for any unusual changes that could signal you to skin cancer. And while specialized lamps are sometimes used to treat seasonal affective disorder, Draper notes that artificial light won't help with vitamin D levels. Natural sunlight is still necessary. If you are experiencing symptoms or have concerns about your vitamin D levels, health professionals recommend speaking with your primary care provider. Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks.
When a loved one passes, grieving family members and friends often are confronted with dozens of decisions about the funeral arrangements. Sutton Memorial Homes in Taylorville and Nokomis have been helping families in the area for over 55 years with these often difficult decisions. They offer pre-planning, traditional funerals, and cremation. Austin and the staff at Sutton Memorial Homes' goal is to make your family's transition easier in their time of need. Sutton Memorial Homes, where caring is what they do best.
18-year-old Alex E. Kidd of Taylorville died on May 5th. Visitation is May 14th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be May 14th at 5 p.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and cremation services in Taylorville. 60-year-old Janice K. Kettlecamp of Taylorville died on May 5th. Funeral service will be May 17th at 11 a.m. at First United Methodist Church in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and cremation services in Taylorville. 75-year-old John Frank Sullivan of Huntington Beach, California, formerly of Nokomis, died on April 24th. Visitation is May 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. Funeral service will be May 17th at 1 p.m. at Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. Interment with military honors will be at Morrisonville Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.
Here's Cousin Bill from Illinois Paving.
Driveway problems? Are you tired of wasting money on the cheap fix that never